Hare Krishna everyone, welcome back to the reading. We're reading Teachings of Lord Chaitanya by His Divine Grace, Srila A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada, and this is Shravanam Diaries podcast. I'm your host Sulalita Devidasi, and we're reading chapter number 16, Conclusion of Teachings to Sanatana Goswami. In the next verse in Srimad Bhagavatam 10.15.7, Kṛṣṇa describes the similar reception given to Balarama by the peacocks and cuckoos of Vrindavan. Quote, "O worshipable one, just see how the peacocks returning to their nests are receiving you with full pleasure. These peacocks are just like the damsels of Vraj. The cuckoos on the branches of the trees are also receiving you in their own way. The residents of Vrindavan are so glorious that everyone is prepared to render devotional service to the Lord." Unquote. Another verse of Srimad Bhagavatam 10.35.11 describes a similar reception given to Kṛṣṇa by the birds of Vrindavan. Quote, "Oh, just see how the cranes and swans on the water are singing the glories of the Lord. Indeed, they are standing in the water, meditating on Him and worshipping Him." Unquote. It is stated elsewhere in Srimad Bhagavatam 2.4.18, quote, "Even the aborigines and uncivilized human beings like the Kiratas, Hunas, Andhras, Pulindas, Pulkashas, Abhiras, Shumbhas, Yavanas, and Khasas, as well as many other such human beings, can all be purified simply by taking shelter of the pure devotees." Unquote. Therefore, Shukadeva Goswami offered his respectful obeisances unto Lord Vishnu, whose devotees can work so wonderfully. Another meaning of the word driti is to realize oneself as elevated. In this state, one feels that he is free from all miseries and is elevated to the highest platform of life. All devotees of Kṛṣṇa, in full Kṛṣṇa consciousness, are free from all kinds of material pleasures and miseries. They are fully absorbed in the service of the Lord, and they are always jolly by virtue of their engagement in His transcendental service. They are experienced men of happiness. Oh, that's beautiful. They are experienced men of happiness. Are you experienced in happiness? Devotees are. Indeed, they are so happy that they do not even wish to be promoted to the spiritual planets, for they are happy in every sphere of life. Now that's a statement. I remember one time, 6 years ago, there was a point in my life where I had a phone call with my Guru Maharaj, and he told me this thing. He said, "Do what you need to do to be happy and steady in Kṛṣṇa consciousness." And some 10 years back, he told me, the more you advance in spiritual life, the happier you will be, basically. And this is something that's it stuck to me in a way that it's a way to actually measure our spiritual advancement also. This is so beautiful. So let's read it again. They are experienced men of happiness. Indeed, they are so happy that they do not even wish to be promoted to the spiritual planets, for they are happy in every sphere of life. Talking about success. Being fulfilled in the transcendental service of the Lord, they desire neither material objects nor material sense pleasures. As stated by the six Goswamis, quote, persons whose senses are fixed in the service of the Supreme Lord can be called peaceful, unquote. Thus, the word Atmarama indicates that even birds, beasts, and fools, in short, everyone, can become attracted by the transcendental qualities of Kṛṣṇa, engage in his service, and become liberated. Still, another meaning of Atma is intelligence. One who has special intelligence is also called Atmarama. The Atmaramas with special intelligence are of two kinds. One is the learned sage, and the other is the fool without book knowledge. Both of these can have an opportunity to associate with a pure devotee. Even the foolish Atmaramas can give up everything and engage in Krishna consciousness in pure devotional service. In the Bhagavad Gita 10.8, it is said that the Supreme Lord Kṛṣṇa is the origin of everything, that everything emanates from him, and that anyone who is actually intelligent understands this and engages in his service. A verse in Srimad Bhagavatam 2.7.46 states, quote, to say nothing of persons who are intelligent enough to study the Vedas, even less intelligent persons like women, laborers, hunas and shabaras, as well as the birds and beasts, can engage the highest. I keep saying the word engaged, but there is no such word engage. So, all of them can achieve the highest perfectional stage of life by engaging in the devotional service of the Lord, unquote. As previously quoted, Bhagavad Gita 10.10 also indicates that when a person becomes highly intelligent and engages in Krishna consciousness, Krishna reciprocates by giving him the intelligence by which he can be promoted to the abode of the Supreme Lord. The Lord then told Sanatana Goswami that the association of good devotees, engagement in the transcendental service of the Lord, the understanding of Srimad Bhagavatam, the chanting of the holy name of the Lord, and residence in a holy place like Vrindavan and Mathura are all very important for elevation to the transcendental plane. One need not practice all 5 of these items. If one is expert in just one of them, he will, without fail, be elevated to the stage of love of Godhead. One who is actually intelligent gives up all material desires and engages in the transcendental service of Kṛṣṇa. The influence of devotional service is such that a person who engages in it gives up all material desires and becomes fully attached to Kṛṣṇa, being inspired by the transcendental qualities of the Lord. Such is the beauty of the Lord in the eyes of his devotee. Another meaning of the word Atma is nature. In this case, the word Atmarama indicates that everyone is enjoying the particular nature he has acquired. But the ultimate nature, the eternal nature of the living entity is to serve the Supreme Lord. One who attains to the perfection of understanding his real nature as eternal servant of the Lord gives up his designative material or bodily conception of life. That is real knowledge. Those who are in pursuit of knowledge and who get the opportunity to associate with a pure devotee also engage in devotional service of the Lord. Sages like the 4 Kumaras, as well as fools and birds, can engage in the Lord's transcendental service. By being favored with Krishna's causeless mercy, anyone can be elevated to the platform of Krishna consciousness. One who becomes attracted by the transcendental qualities of Kṛṣṇa begins devotional service. In Srimad Bhagavatam 10.15.8, Kṛṣṇa glorifies the land of Vrindavan as he addresses Balaram in this way. Dhanye yamadya dharani trina virudhastvat padas prisho drumalata karajabhim rishta nadyo drayach kragam rigach sadaya valokair gopyon tarina bhujayorapiyat sprihashri. Quote, "This land of Vrajabhumi is made glorious by the touch of your feet. Being touched by your fingers, the creepers have also become glorious. When you look on the hills, rivers, and lower animals, they too are all made glorious, and the gopis, being embraced by your transcendental arms, are also made glorious." Unquote. The gopis glorified Vrindavan in the following words. Quote, "Dear friends, all these inhabitants of Vrajabhumi, everyone, including the birds, beasts, and trees, are glorified when they see Lord Kṛṣṇa and Lord Balaram singing on their flutes as they go to the pasturing ground with their friends." Unquote. The word Atma also means this body. The yogis who practice bodily exercises considering the body to be the self are also elevated to the transcendental service of the Lord if they associate with pure devotees. So pure devotees are the key in every single category that we read, or every single definition of the word Atma. There are many people who believe the body to be the self, and they are engaged in many fruitive activities, including bathing rituals and ordinary worldly affairs. But when they come in contact with a pure devotee, they also engage in the transcendental service of the Lord. In Srimad Bhagavatam 1.18.12, it is stated, O my dear Sutta Goswami, we have become darkened by the sacrificial smoke of fruitive activities, but you have given us the nectar of Krishna's lotus feet. Unquote. It is also stated in Srimad Bhagavatam 4.21.31, quote, the waters of the Ganges flow from the tip of the lotus feet of Kṛṣṇa, and by bathing in that water, everyone, including fruitive actors and all sages, can wash dirty things from the mind. Unquote. Even those who believe that the body is the self, or those who are full of material desires, are also, in a sense, Atmarama. When they associate with the pure devotees of the Lord, they give up their material desires and become perfect in the service of the Lord. The best example of this is found in the Hari Bhakti Shuddhadaya 7.28, wherein Dhruva Maharaj said, Sthana bhilasi tapasi sthitoham tvam praptavan deva munindra guhyam kacham vichinvan api divyaratnam svamin kritarthosmi varam nayache. Quote, My dear Lord, I came to worship you because I desired some land on this earth. But fortunately, I have attained you, who are beyond even the perception of great sages and saintly persons. I came to search out some particles of colored glass, but instead I found a very valuable gem like you. I am satisfied, and I do not desire to ask anything of you. Unquote. Jai. On this beautiful note, we shall stop here for today. So, thank you so much for tuning in. The link to this book is in the description. Please check out our website, shravanamdiaries.com. Read these books along with us. Share them with your friends. And yes, tomorrow we shall continue with this chapter. We will have, yes, the story of the hunter and Narada Muni. I love the story. Yes. So, see you tomorrow. Hare Krishna.